Mills, this is your early April 2022 lesson. Um, Posture's okay. I like you to stand straight up and then just bend from the hip and push your butt back, and that'll get rid of some of this curvature. Some of this you and I can't get rid of, but we can get rid of some of it. It's not causing any great trauma, but it just screws up the body lines when you have this giant curve thing. Okay, so I like the idea that your eye line is up here above the ball, really good. Hands are nicely under, yeah, and a good angle here between the shaft and the forearm, so your setup is fine, okay? Now watch the butt of the club. The first move you have is it goes away. And if the only way it can go, okay, so the butt of the club started right here. If you have a one-piece takeaway, the butt of the club will go almost straight back, but then start curving inside. But the first move out of the box is this. So that's like an independent movement of the hands or arms, okay? Now, if you're the type of guy that has no problem getting it deep, then yeah, I mean, even Adam Scott, I think, has a little give here, but he gets it so deep, so early, or late in the game. But your problem is you're not getting it deep enough. So you got to get that first move down the one-piece takeaway. Okay, so what I do like is the toe of the club's up. So that means it's got proper forearm rotation. But look, the butt of the club is out here now. You know, that's like 5 inches. It should be inside a little here, so it's like 6 inches off. Now you got to pull Bob Hayes and get this thing back fast if you want proper depth. Okay, so and you know, it's a little steep, but we can get by with that as long as you shallow it out. So now you're starting to shallow it out, which is really good. Shoulder tilt looks good, Mills. Head is going forward just a bit. Don't necessarily like that. So it's going through forward like an inch. We can work on that. That's causing some problems. And then you get to a really good position here. Okay. It's very similar to Susie's, by the way. See that laid off position? That's really good, Mills. But here's the deal. You got the flying elbow thing. Now, if you had Adam Scott's ability to turn his hips and go that way, I mean, that's like I don't know what, 50 degrees, something like that, from horizontal. Okay, so you know, and sure enough, see that right cheek is coming away from the wall. You know, and it might have something to do with that knee jetting out a bit, but okay. So now what happens is, and here's why that first move is hurting you. You're not getting deep enough. Okay, so the good players have this thing. Have the butt of the club towards the heel, about where I drew that, what's that, cyan line. Yours is at the toe. Now watch what the butt of the club goes. Remember, it started on this green line, okay? So now as you come forward, look, it goes jetting like crazy. And see now, it just passed the green line. And see, to hit the ball, the butt of the club has to come back somewhere in this vicinity, and you're like 5 inches. So in order to not swing over the ball, to hit it at all, that butt of the club has to go exit around you to the left, which is okay, but here's what's sinking the ship. When you get down to this spot, I mean, this swing is almost identical to Susie's. Okay, so here's what's sinking the ship. Okay, when you get here, your shaft, here's the blur of the club head. Oops. There's the shaft. It's worse than vertical, and it should be. Here's the report card. This is all the players, no matter their swing is Trevino's or Nicklaus or Scott's or anybody's. The shaft, when the hands are parallel, waist high, is right on their forearm. Look, you know, you can bet your life savings that they all are right here. Okay. You're not. Okay, so what happens is your ear comes back to where it started, but your butt has come away from the back wall like 2-3 inches. So you're going to lose your spine angle. So you have a lot of stuff going on here, and certain stuff is not good. Like that shaft has to be in the forearm. One of your cheeks has to be in the back wall. Let me capture this for you and give you a video. So print it out, put it on the mirror, and pose, more like Scott. Okay, and here's the problem, Mills. This is why it's so friggin' steep. Is you're up here and that elbow's flying. The good guys here. Watch his action. Okay, so he goes way further than you and I can go. But look, when he starts his action down, look where that elbow goes. So it's his hands are about shoulder height. Look where his elbow is. It's inside his body from behind, as viewed from behind. Yours, here's shoulder height. You know, you still have that. That's like that's 90 degrees to the swing plane. Actually, it's 45 degrees to vertical. His is vertical. So you know, and look, when he gets, so not only does he have here, then like all good players, when he prior to impact, the club head is slightly behind his hands, and yours is here. Let me draw this. That's your club head. That's his. Now you're just trying to save it with your athletic hands. That's the only thing that's going on here. So let me draw the shaft. So that's the shaft. Okay, so I'll give you a picture of that too. So, you know, and see, he's got two cheek thing going. Here's one, here's the other, because he's starting to roll that back foot, and then close to impact, he's not only does he roll it, now prior to impact he starts going to his toe. That frees up his hips and gets it going back. Look, you're flat-footed, so you're, oops, now you don't roll it, but you kind of, you get on the toe, and you're miles from the back wall. On the good news side, it's right on plane exiting. So let's look from face on. Okay, there should be no surprises. Okay, Milster, here we are, face on. Face on. That's interesting. You got kind of a weak grip here. See how that V is going to your left ear? Kind of interesting. But that promotes leaving the club face open, which is a problem of yours. But anyway, so as you know, both V's should be pointed up here, somewhere between your right ear and your right shoulder. Okay, so your takeaway. Okay, that's a pretty good takeaway, Mills. Yeah, that's pretty good here. You're setting up for kind of a reverse weight shift. See how this side of your body is leaning towards the target, like this, and good guys aren't. So now they're see how his upper body is leaning away. So, just like Susie, you're set up just kind of get stuck on your back side, back leg. Okay. So now as you come down, okay, so this is good. See how you're moving off? Here's your weight shift. This looks good, Mills. Okay, so your knees started at that red line. I'll say your knees started here. Now you got like a 3-inch gap. That's really good, and your left hip has moved by where it started. It started on this red line. So that is really good. And see how the lower leg is now getting vertical. Lower left leg is vertical. That's good. Okay, so not much of a cast. A little cast here. Okay, but look at the elbow. It's flying still. That's what's causing you to steep. Look, you can drive a truck through there. Look at this guy. When he comes down, camera angle is a little different here. Like this is up about head high, so you can't really see, but you can actually see his right arm peeking, elbow peeking under his left. And you have a little, but you got a benefit of the doubt, a lower camera angle, but and then it disappears. And see how the hands are leading the elbow? And when he gets in here, look. So when he gets here, there's look at there's no space there. That's with his hands waist high. He's got a lag, but look, this is waist high. You can drive a truck through there. Look at him. See how his elbow is leading his hands to the ball. Your hands are leading your right elbow to the ball, which means you're steep. Now look, see how his elbow is still leading? Still leading. Look at this. So this is where the club's parallel to the ground. You've cast it, so that's about here. You could still drive a truck through here. You cannot shallow it out with your elbow generating that gap there. I can guarantee it. On the good side of things, look at your belt buckle. It's now on the red line where your left hip started. That's really good, Mills. You've done it kind of flat-footed. Look, so you nothing going on flat-footed. If you roll that right foot and then get to the toe, like this guy, then you get that left hip back. Then you come in here, and this is how you. So you're getting extra power because you're releasing the lag. And you're kind of scooping at it here. I like this the way you got, his toe of the club is up rather, sorry. And that's a pretty good follow through, Mills. again, you're not resetting, mainly because of your grip. Okay, so the weight shift looks good. It's a little late, and you need some help with the lower body. But the good news is there's no slide, there's no, okay. See, watch his right foot. It'll roll. See how it's getting on the instep? Now, shortly before impact, he starts getting to the toe. And even more so with the driver. So see how he gets to the toe? When his hands are waist high in the follow through, his heel, left heel, right heel, is about 4 inches off the ground. Yours is still on the ground. Now it's lifting. That's where your right foot should be at impact. That'll get that left hip back. Yeah. Yeah. Like the way you keep your head still behind the ball. That looks good. There's some head movement there. Okay, start at that red X. So you come down through, yeah, so because you set up for a reverse weight shift, see how you kind of stuck back? Okay, so it doesn't move until the shoulder hits your chin, which is perfect. It's really good. You know, so your head is relatively still. That's really good. Okay, so. Yeah, I like what you do with your left foot too. See how you're rotating it like kind of the modern swing. Actually rotating it off from the toe, but most of the guys do it from the heel. So that action is really good.